Last weekend when I was out riding, I was on a trail and I came to an incline and had a bit of a rut in it. So my problem is that when I release my clutch and give it a throttle, it makes a lot of noise but doesn't do anything. As you can see on the speedometer, not going anywhere. So it's either my clutch cable or it's my clutch. Because I only have 500 kilometers on my bike, I'm assuming that it's my clutch cable. So I'm going to start by checking that and replacing it. First, you want to be sure the clutch cable is adjusted properly. You can do this by pulling back the rubber dust cover to expose the minor adjuster. Twisting the adjuster towards the clutch lever will loosen the cable sheath, increasing the length of the cable. Twisting the adjuster away from the lever will tighten the cable sheath and make the cable shorter. There needs to be about 10 millimeters of free play to be sure the clutch is not engaged. You can test this by placing a nickel in the gap and it shouldn't bind. As you can see in this case, the cable is too tight. You can also change the major cable adjuster and make the cable sheath shorter by twisting it towards the clutch lever, or making the cable sheath longer, twisting it away from the lever. This cable is already fully extended, so I'm going to replace it. You can start by removing the protective guard from the stock header. Next, you can remove all the side covers, so you can remove the cable and add the new one. Now you want to release the pressure from the clutch springs and remove the bottom of the clutch cable. Remove the nut from the clutch cable guide using a 12 millimeter wrench. Now you want to remove the cable from the clutch lever. You start by peeling back the rubber dust cover and lining up the slots on the minor adjustment so that the cable can pass through it. Once the cable is aligned and you get it through the adjuster, it easily slips out of the bottom of the clutch lever. Be sure to take off the rubber dust cover because you'll want to put it on the new cable. Once that's done, you can start removing the clutch cable by gently pushing it through the top to the side, being careful not to get it caught on any of the other cables. Once the cable is to the side, reach around from the bottom and it slides right out. Now you're ready to install the new cable. It basically goes in the same way the old one came out. Start at the bottom, push it up, following the other cables. And once you get to the side, step around and push it up through the top. With the bottom cable guide in place, find the nut and thread it back on. With the 12mm socket, tighten that up so it's nice and snug. Now reattach the bottom of the clutch cable to the spring release. Moving to the handlebars, find the minor adjuster and line up the two slots so that the cable will slide in. Don't forget to reattach the rubber dust cover. With that in place, line up the cable through the slots on the minor adjuster and reattach the cable to the clutch lever. With that in place, now you can adjust the minor and the major adjusters so that the cable is the right length to ensure that there's 10mm of free play at the clutch lever. think that's close enough for now, leaving about 10 millimeters of space, and I'll make some minor adjustments later. All that's left to do now is put the plastics back on and attach the bolts. So I've just completed installing a new clutch cable on my Honda CRF250L. If you're faced with this in the future, hopefully the tips you see today will make your job a whole lot easier. If you got something out of this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time.